S-E-S, Eagle!
Well, unfortunately, I had this podcast going for 5 minutes long and there was no audio and I didn't read any of the comments. That is such a bummer. Wow, look at that. There's 500 comments of people saying, Fitzy, no audio. Holy smokes. Well, anyway, I was just checking in with you guys because I wanted to let you know how thrilled I was to see that. I had that hooked up the wrong way, you old knucklehead. Can you hear me now, guys? Yes. Yep. No, I didn't look at the chat. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yes, I didn't know that there was any sound, everybody, because I had my stuff hooked up to one thing. Okay, anyway, more to the point. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a little late night Sunday night. Your old pal Fitzy checking in with you post Super Bowl 59. Dominant performance by the Philadelphia Eagles. Just absolutely spectacular. Huge. There he is. Yes. So sorry, guys. I apologize. We got the audio fixed. My apologies. We'll only post that portion to the podcast. We'll let the first 5 minutes go. I had things hooked up for the radio broadcast, not for the podcast. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and start the whole thing over again as well. What an unbelievable performance once again tonight by the team that you didn't know that you needed and that we didn't necessarily think that we were going to get, but that we kind of deserved as well.
E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagle!
Now listen.
E-L-G!
Enough out of you. I feel as gross as you do about the idea that we all were kind of rooting. I'm, kind of not rooting necessarily. I was not outwardly rooting for the Eagles myself tonight. But at the same time, I certainly would never in any particular world root for the Kansas City Chiefs. What I was saying when I had the audio hooked up the wrong way for the first 5 minutes while I was yapping away was what a dominant performance that was tonight by the Philadelphia Eagles on both sides of the line. And that's what the New England Patriots need. Sure, we can all agree that the GOATness of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in comparison to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid is safe. And at no time soon, Mahomes still has, there will be no three-peat. There is no Chief Pete. Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls. He's been to 5. He's thrown more interceptions in those 5 Super Bowl appearances than Brady did in 10 overall. Our guy, Chris Curtis from the Greg Hill Morning Show, pointed out that it's quite obvious that basically Patrick Mahomes just can't perform well in a playoff game, let alone a Super Bowl, when Tom Brady is present. Because look what happens when he plays him in the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. And then when Brady's in the broadcast booth, what happens? Mahomes completely panics and craps the bed. But for Pats Nation, for Pats fans, what you really want to look at is just how dominant, how aggressive, how the Eagles from box to wire, cradle to grave, opening kickoff to confetti, celebrated and absolutely ran that game tonight because of their lines. Their offensive line was awesome. They gave Jalen Hurts all the time in the world to find Devonta Smith, to find A.J. Brown time and time again. The refs couldn't get involved in this game tonight for all the conspiracy theorists out there in NFL fandom because the Eagles took control of this game. There was no way the refs could have inserted themselves into this game any which way, shape, or form. No way. And then on the defensive side of the ball, are you kidding me? Zach Bond, man, that is a nice time to hit free agency. Woo, man, that guy is good. Would love to have him on anything resembling my football team. Josh Sweat, I thought for a while he would make a terrific candidate to possibly step in and take over the Matthew Judon role or come in via free agency and add a little pass rush for the Patriots, considering that they were last in the NFL last year. They had 19 sacks. 9 of them came in that god-awful Bears game in November. And then he goes and has a performance like that in the Super Bowl. So someone's price tag just went up. Oh, my God. His agent is so fired up right now. Everyone, Jalen Carter, just nonstop, one after another. They were just relentless in their pursuit of Patrick Mahomes. He was never comfortable all night long. He was just never on his spot. You never see Mahomes turning the ball over that many times. It's because he couldn't get his footing. He was just he was as comfortable in the pocket as your 75-year-old uncle was watching the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. I'll just put that out there. I personally enjoyed it, but I know a lot of people didn't, but to each his own. Anyway, that was something else. But let's go back to because we're New England, we'll do New England-y things, right? We can just all agree now for at least a year, if not 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe just ever. Maybe now we can just let the whole Mahomes is the new Brady, Reid is better than Belichick, Chiefs Kingdom, greater sign than Pats Nation, dialogue, debate, nonsense come to an end, or at least press the big, huge, fat orange pause button on the side of the wall and just step away from it for a while. I mean, they did a great job, but what tonight's game actually shows, if nothing else, remember all season long, you're like, but they don't look that good. The Chiefs keep winning these one-score games. Are they really that good? Probably not, actually. Yeah, they just keep sort of skating by. Like, they win by a field goal again. Oh, they won this game because they blocked a kick at the end of the game. Like, oh, man, that seems like between good fortune and Mahomes' magic and a little refereedom, the Chiefs were able to scrape by again, and they did. But then when push came to shove in the playoffs, they weren't dominant against the Texans. And to be quite honest, I think Bills-Eagles would have been a better Super Bowl. But we got what we got. Here we are. And now the Chiefs lose by 18. They were 1.5-point favorites. It was never that close. That was EAGLESALLTHEWAY. Wow. Did not see that one coming. Jalen Hurts, he's your Super Bowl MVP. Finally, of course, as well, 2 players drafted by Alabama. 2 players from Alabama drafted into the NFL, Jalen Hurts. Most importantly now, Devonta Smith scores a touchdown. So that was pretty impressive as well. And so the 2024 season ends on February 9th, 2025. A wonky NFL season. Did not have the Eagles winning it. Good for them. Gotta say this. Kind of glad that season's over. Didn't love it, obviously, for the Patriots. For Pats fans, things weren't great with Gerard Mayo and everything else. Yes, here's a great point, by the way. Vic Fangio. Shout out to Vic Fangio. Good job, MKI Sports, watching live on YouTube as we record a little late night six rings and football things. Vic Fangio knew how to play against Mahomes since he was a coach in Denver. He did. However, prior to tonight, he was 0-8 against him, period, and 2-6 against the spread. Now he is 1-9 and 3-6 against the spread. So good for old man Vic. Yeah, a lot of people were wrong tonight. Good job, CABIS fam, right there. And yes, 10-day free trial watching live on Twitter. The defensive line, they were monsters. Yeah, the Eagles defense, like that was it right there. Like that gave you shades of like the Seahawks against the Broncos back in Super Bowl 48. Sadly, the Giants against the Patriots, a little bit in Super Bowl 46, definitely in Super Bowl 42. That's what they need to do. This is what let's hope the Patriots get to work on now. Working with the guys they have in free agency and, of course, in the draft as well. Get to work on both sides of the line. If this is an unsexy, kind of boring, straight ahead, big, bulky offseason, but it nets the Patriots some just thunder in the trenches, some big, beefy dudes that can hold the line or press the pocket, great. That's what we need to see. Because guess what? That's what gets the job done. Here we go. This was the most relaxing Super Bowl of all time. I loved it. Yep, there you go. Debate over, Fitzy. Thank you very much. Ronald Vecchine, nice to have you watching right now. Appreciate that. Halftime was okay, not the worst ever. I liked it. Yes, they did get blown out. Yeah, for a lot of people, tonight ended the debate over Brady versus Mahomes. I didn't think that debate was even meritorious, but because Brady's whole thing was entirely different. It's over 20 years. More than 20 years, for God's sakes. 2001 and 2022. Mahomes has done amazing things in a short period of time, but Brady has the longevity play and obviously better stats and more Super Bowl appearances and more AFC championships. And you know, no one has three-peated. There shall be no three-peat. And even though that would not have affected, tainted, or colored in any way, shape, or form how I feel about the Patriots from their time as the double dynastic champions of the first and second decade of the 21st century, I'm also kind of glad that maybe the Chiefs don't get that as well, because I think the Patriots were a better overall team as well. Sorry again about the audio problems early on, everyone, as we got going, but I do appreciate a bunch of you guys sticking around so we could have a nice little late night chat. Just kind of put together a little late night Six Rings podcast to catch up with all you guys. Maybe start your Monday off with a little recap as well. 40-22, your final SB59. Fly, Eagles, fly. It is their second Super Bowl win in 7 years' time as well. Oh, Carson Wentz, you got a ring when you wanted one, but you didn't. because you didn't get to earn it. Nick Foles got it. And now just when you thought you were going to get one, nope, that didn't work out for you as well. No. Oh, by the way, also it should be mentioned, no ring for Juju Smith-Schuster. He's already got one. The hell with that guy. Pat's editorial note, just a little spite right there, folks. No ring for Tyquan Thornton. Joe Tooney's got a bunch, but he doesn't get another one tonight. And sadly, Josh Uche, you'll get a lovely set of parting gifts, some pots and pans, maybe some rice-a-roni, turtle wax, but unfortunately, no Super Bowl ring for you. Yeah. Here. Oh, what's this comment right here? Here we go. Sam Thomas watching live on YouTube as we do a little late night six rings. 2024 Chiefs will go down as the most overrated team of all time. You know, I'm not going to say I entirely disagree with that. All those like 3-point wins, block kicks, and how'd you pull that out from your backside dubs ultimately led to this. I still think Buffalo would have made for a better Super Bowl. Buffalo Eagles, convince me otherwise. I want to be the meme of that guy sitting down there at the table, like with a cup of coffee, and the sign just says, Buffalo versus Eagles would have been a better Super Bowl. Changed my mind. Well, unfortunately, we'll probably never get to see that. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Tyler Silva. And BT Dubs, Gronk is also very much better than Kelsey. All right. Anyway, sorry about the technical difficulties, but thanks for hanging in. Just a nice little check-in, Six Rings Wise, a nice little conversation to be had late on a Sunday night. I'm sure all of you guys are up, maybe finishing off your last beverages, getting ready for your Monday, which obviously should be a national holiday because we're all up a little late. Frosty beverages, buffalo chicken dip, cleaning up the nachos, the pizzas, the wings, and everything else. Hope you guys had a great Super Bowl party. Hope you guys had a great season. That ends the 2024 season. Tomorrow, February 10th, 2025, we are looking forward. We are on to the 2025 NFL season. And of course, on the Six Rings podcast this week and looking forward, as well as WEI afternoons, we'll have great guests. We'll have great analysis. We'll have everything you need to get ready for free agency, the NFL draft, training camp, whatever it is you need, whatever stirs you in the heart of Patriots Nation, we'll be right there for you. And I am so happy to be a part of it as well. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Eagles win 40-22. No Chief Pete, no three-peat. Brady and Belichick remain undeterred in their GOATness. Sorry, Mahomes. Sorry, Andy Reid. I guess you guys fumble rooski. And just take a moment right now. Thoughts and prayers to Taylor Swift and Jake from State Farm after a difficult Sunday night. Here we go. A couple last comments. Blank happens here watching live on YouTube. Fitzy, is it just me or did Kelsey and Mahomes look just a tad hungover? I don't know. They weren't great. Stephen Canto, can't wait for the draft. Kristen McDonald, love you, Fitzy. Love you, Kristen. And let's see, Eric Craven. Weird to be this happy after a Philly win. I know. I don't love Philly either. You know, I've said before, it is the Mos Eisley Cantina. It is a hive of villainy and scum. They grease the poles. Their fans eat crap off the street. They're terrible people. They're loud. They're obnoxious. But you know what? They earned that one. They absolutely earned that one. They didn't even do it with their best player. Saquon Barkley wasn't even that much of a factor in tonight's game, and yet still they dominated that game. Lopsided performance. It was never in doubt the entire way through. Incredible. All right, Pats, get to work. Mr. Vrabel, everyone else, Wolfpack, Cowden, Drake May, whoever it is, Robert Kraft, listen up. Big boys in the trenches, maybe a couple of fast guys on the outside. Let's keep things going, Pats positive. And maybe we'll be talking, well, I mean, maybe going for the Super Bowl might be a little lot next year. But hey, one can dream, right? One can always only dream. Thank you. The most relaxing Super Bowl I've ever had. Yes, good times indeed, everyone. All right, thanks for listening, you guys. It's been a pleasure bringing you a quick late night. Sorry, once again, for the technical difficulties. A quick late night Six Rings and Football Things brought to you by WEI Odyssey and 2400 Sports. If you're consuming it late at night, thanks for tuning in, listening, and sticking with us through the technical difficulties. If you're listening to it on a Monday morning on the drive into work, once again, we'll have lots of great guests, lots of good analysis, everything you need for the draft, for free agency, and beyond. And of course, you can always check in with us. You can hit Andy up at Jumbo Hart. I'm at FitzyGFY. And of course, this is the at Six Rings Pod. Final score, once again, 40-22. The 2024 season is over. Eagles win. The chefs are down. The chefs and the refs could not finally pull that rabbit out of their backside tonight. The Chiefs' kingdom takes a hit. The Eagles are flying. Pats Nation breathes a sigh of relief. And damn, that watch Tom Brady was wearing tonight, that was pretty nice. $800,000 goes a long way and looks really good on the GOAT. All right, good night, everybody. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Good day. God bless. Happy 2025 football season.